Hello and welcome. So I'm going to have a go at the Times Cryptic crossword, which was published on Wednesday the 30th of October 2024. So as it tells us up here, this was puzzle 2 in the qualifier at the Times Crossword Championship, where 87 contestants solved it correctly. So I think the qualifier is the first round of the thing, and they have 3 puzzles to do, and um, and then the top from the whoever, so there's a cut off, so many people from that go through to the second round, and then that comes down to the final round. The five best times or 5 best performers go to the final. I had to go to the championship puzzle, and I got it done in just under an hour, but I had 5 things that needed correcting, so it wasn't too bad though. It was quite an accessible puzzle relatively for what you think would be a championship puzzle, but I suspect that's because they didn't want everybody sitting around too long, and the guys who solved it did it in 5 to 8 minutes. So anyway, I don't think there's anything else to say really other than to reset the timer and crack on. Dog training ahead of test. It requires careful manipulation. Dog training. Cool. Ahead of test. Test is normally try. Let's try in there. Summit where clubs vote to accept overseas capital. So overseas capital could be, well, could just be a capital. It could just be type of money, capital. So it could be foreign currency where clubs vote. I mean, you'd think that's clubs and vote would be an X. Summit. Can't think what summit would be though. That can't be a C there, can it really? Let's ditch that idea straight away. Okay, a significant time to worry about losing face. Significant time to worry. Significant time to worry about losing face. Ooh, significant time, and then to worry about. Protest ignited India towards destruction. Is that an anagram of India towards? No. Protest is 6. Protest is a demo. Destruction. Ignited is fired. Demo fired. India. Normally an I. Can't really see what's going on there. Heading for the shelter from conflict in city. Heading for shelter. Shelter can be tent or a lee. Conflict would be a war or a fight. I mean, heading for shelter could just be an S, couldn't it? From conflict in city. We're looking for the name of a city? I'm not sure. It contains stuff from the east, infused with a soya. It contains stuff from the east, infused with a soy-based sauce. I kind of feel like that's a hidden word in the middle of. Well, maybe the east infused. I can't think what soy-based sauce is. Is that MSG? I can't see what you do with MSG in there. From the east, it. I can't see that. Okay, collection of people having no right to enter university. Collection of people having no right, and to. Okay, group without the R, and if you go to university, you'll enter university to go up. Bit of an old phrase. Huge fuss around finale of spectacular TV show. Huge fuss around. Huge fuss is only 8 letters, so I can't see how that can be a. What if that to be an anagram, really, of huge fuss, but it's only 8 letters, we need 10 letters, even if it's around an R. I wonder if it's the word though. I think that's the. I'm just going to go for it. The. And then something R. Put an R in there somewhere. I want it to be traitors. I don't know. No, that doesn't fit. Pips, possibly, from fresh limes in a G&T. Golly. Okay, limes is 5 in a G&T. That's just an anagram, I assume, of limes in a G&T. Pips, 4 letters. Cool. I have to say at this moment, I'm glad I didn't enter the CrossWord Championship because this would have been embarrassing to have got one so far. I think I get 90 minutes for those 3 puzzles though, so maybe it gets better. Machine part broken by large blockage. Machine part. Cog and clog. There we are. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Clog. Got 2. Hurrah! When power and fury combine, shoot for the stars. P. I want to put pirate, but I don't think that can be right. Pirate, shoot for the stars. Let's put. What have we got? P-I-A-E. I don't think it's going to be pirate, but fury is irate. Irage, pi. Maybe something like that though. Certain animals, primarily horses, included in my analysis info role. Well, your analysis info role would be analyst, which doesn't really help. Certain animals, primarily horses. Cool. In my analysis role. Not getting too well on this. I have nothing more to say about a fancy donut. Oh gosh, that's just going to be a bit of a hole in the middle, hole the. I have nothing more to say. A fancy donut. Sugar coated. Is it okay? Maybe it's just a. Is donut going to be an anagram? We've got 10 letters. Donut's 5. Don't something. Nothing more. Don't have any. I don't know. Angry and tired, though not at first. Oh gosh. Angry and tired. Tired and angry is the phrase which was used about to say is a kind of euphemism for being drunk. But we've only got 3-letter words, so drunk doesn't really work there. Though not at first. Though is also LSO, but not at first. Though not at first. Can't think of what a word for though is. Okay, finest head journalist outsmarted. Okay, the only thing I could feel is that F there. Outsmarted. Finest F. Bested. Why would that be bested though? Finest would be. I wouldn't be surprised if it's bested, but I don't think it is. Let's go on to young relative. Also, thus, taken in by good prank periodically. It's grand something or other, isn't it? Good is G R pack. Periodically PAK. I mean, thus is going to be a so I think it's probably going to be a grandson. Rand. Good. Rand. RAN. Periodically. Good. Ran. So. Can't quite see that. Young relative. Also. Thus. Also is 2, isn't it? It could be a stepson, I suppose. Step. Good. Go. God. Oh. GO is good. And then PAN. Prank. PAK. Godparent. Prank periodically is not necessarily regular, is it? unless it's maybe less regular. I can't see what that would be though. OPN. Ugh. Okay, not too good on it. What's that? Two clues. Official caught in tricky situation on the runway. Gosh, on the runway. What's the runway? Tarmac. Official caught. So I think it's probably an official caught in tricky situation on the runway. No. Flatten out gold beneath thin sheet of silver. Well, that looks like a... I assume that's plateau, is it? Flatten out plateau. Thin sheet of silver. Plate. Might be a thin sheet of silver, be a plate though. I mean, it could be. I'm going to put plateau there, but I don't feel confident about it. Make it charming. Final piece on organ. Okay, which organ am I after? Sliver. Make charming. Final piece. E. E on organ. So E. Make charming. Or is it G? I think got liver, lungs. Could be ear. Lots of things can go there. End. Piece and organ. An air. Make charming. Endear. I think that's endear, isn't it? Final piece. End. On ear. I think that's endear is to make charming. I think. I'm not convinced, but providing corrective action in respect of me fizzling out. Golly. Providing corrective action. Well, that's probably going to be a something in it. Teach. Retort. T-A-U-G-H. T-A-U-G-H. Retort. Me fizzling out. Oh. Lesser celebs. Monastic life devoid of love. That must be a B-lister, mustn't it? I don't know why that would be. B-lister, D-lister, C-lister. So lesser celeb is a B-lister, C-lister or D-lister. Monastic life devoid of love. Cloister, C-lister. Cloister without an O in it, okay. Oh, I had a C there as well. Okay, where clubs vote to accept overseas capital. Summit. That is still not happening for me. Fellow almost entirely overwhelmed by daft vernacular. Daft is almost entirely... Fellow. Fellow's probably a man. Almost entirely overwhelmed. Fellow almost entirely overwhelmed by daft vernacular. So daft is... I don't know what daft is in that sense. Ending in a C. I don't know what vernacular is ending in C. Something like linguistic, I would think. A plane may be circling popular new race venue. So a plane is P-L-A-N-E is 5. A plane is 6. Popular is in, surely, or hip. In planes, maybe makes me think it should be a an anagram, or maybe actually okay, maybe a plane. A plane maybe is I don't know, Doncaster. Just thinking of race venues. Doncaster. It could be. I mean, it could be horse racing. It could be motor racing. Neither of those is particularly helpful to me. It's not Le Mans because that's 6 letters. In part, Republican denies freaking out leader. Okay, got lots of letters. Oh no, I've got one letter, which is a P, and then a couple of guesses. In part, Republican, denies freaking out, leader. I think that's president, but I don't know what it'd be. Denies president. Okay, yes, it could be an anagram of denies. Freaking out, leader, in part. Well, denies is that bit there, which leaves me PRT. In part, where's my A gone? Got an R for Republican. Oh, part is PT, isn't it? Yeah, that's it then. Denies, yeah, president. Okay, hurrah! So that totally blows the pirate theory out, thankfully. As I'm glad, but the bested theory could still be there. Okay, what's next? Holidaymaker, perhaps tourist, heading for basically every Indian state. We're told. Oh gosh. Pergoer. Pergoer? It's a goer, isn't it? It's a goer of some sort. Holidaymaker is a basically every. What is that going to be? Tripper. No, not tripper. Heading for basically B, and then so that must be B, I think. Holidaymaker is what the answer is. Perhaps heading for basically. So I think B, and then beach. Beach is each is everything. Each is every, isn't it? The bruh somethings. I don't know. I can't read that clearly now. A huge fuss. Goes around finale of spectator. There's my R. The don't know. Maybe it's not the there. Right. What's next on here? Singing centrally features in one great new style of music. Singing centrally is NG. Central letter of singing is NG. Features in one, so I think that's NG. I'm going to put NG there. In one great new, one ONEGREAT. Of course, actually, it's not NG, it's just a G, isn't it? SIN and then ING. So the G, and then I think one great is an anagram. He said in a very hopeful way. Style of music. Not a clue. That's fine. This month, material of mine is available to buy. This month. I mean, that is October. Or it was published in October, but whether that is a relevant clue, I'm not sure. This month, material of mine is available to buy on I think the material of mine is actually going to be something like coal. Comes from a mine, doesn't it, or diamonds. Available to buy is cool. Okay, so what I've derived so far is that this is not easy. Horned mammal seen to the south of one cold country. Horned mammal. Chile. Can't be Chile, can it? One cold is IC. To the south of IC. Seen to the south of one. So we're looking for. It's an eland, isn't it? Iceland. There we are. Oh, Iceland. The eland going from off the IC. Best is, well, confirms the D. That must be something and, mustn't it? I'll come back to that. I'm going to come back to that in a minute on my second look through. If I manage a second through. The tennis great. So le or la. The French tennis great ultimately squanders lead once more. lead more than once. Gosh, I can't even read a clue. I just put it into my head. The French tennis last, ultimately. I'm assuming tennis great, ultimately. SG squanders lead last more than once. I'm sure it's not Henri Leconte. That's obscure, I think. Not going very far on that one. Let's go on to this one. Dish that's initially covered in a tiny amount of salt. Pinch. Tiny amount of salt is a pinch. That's initially pinch. Okay, so I've got 5 letters. That's, I need a T in there, don't I? A dish. I don't think there's a dish called a pinch. A pitch. Pitched. I think that's over and out there. I've nothing more to say. I don't understand why that's over and out. Kind of saw the and out bit there and just thought over is the only word I think that fit the front, and then I look at the clue and it's I've nothing more to say. Over and out is I've nothing more to say. About a fancy donut. Okay, donut's there. About over a and then fancy donut. That gives me my T, which is a little bit annoying because I haven't got a dish. Dish that's covered in a tiny amount of salt. I've got no idea what that will be. Okay, let's go round through again then. What have we got? Dog training ahead of test. It requires careful manipulation. What's dog training? Dog training is pet stuff. Dog training. Pet. Somewhere where clubs vote to accept overseas capital. Summit. I mean, assuming Summit is going to be the name of a particular mountain or something, maybe. I'm just going to have a swig of tea while I look at the next clues. Okay, I was looking at this one again. I couldn't figure out that one there, but this one I said protest could begin with demo, and actually now I'm looking at it and going, demolition is destruction, isn't it? And that gives us lit India towards is on, I suppose. Demo lit I on. Wow. Heading for shelter from conflict in city. Could be war. Delaware? Not Delaware. Coventry. I don't know, I was just throwing out random cities that kind of... Delaware's not even a city, it's a state, but kind of things that fit that many letters. I'll look at this one. Providing corrective action in respect of me. In respect to me, fizzling out. In respect of is me, remeth, fizzling out is providing corrective action is to remonstrate. Don't know. I mean, I'm assuming that that's try there. I don't know really. I certainly don't know. Let's keep going back on the crosses. So heading for shelter from conflict in city. I mean that could be, that'd be war in East city. But then what am I going on the rest? What is it? Heading for towards? Yeah, I don't think so. Towards, forwards, war in city, forwards. Heading. No, it can't be heading for and then have forward in a clue. That just isn't going to happen. It contains stuff from the east infused with a soy-based. Stuff from the east suggests it's something going backwards, infused with a soy-based sauce. It contains stuff from the east, infused. Don't know, this one. Huge fuss around finale of spectacular TV show. I'm not even sure it is the word. I've kind of bunged that in there without any real sense of whether it could be or not. 26 minutes gone, so at this point I should be finishing this puzzle if I wanted to get through to the next round of the championship. I think it's fair to say that's not going to happen. Pips, possibly from Fresh Times. Okay, Times Energy and Tea. Yep. Time. Lime, isn't it? Lime. Is it time? Signal. Time signal. Okay. That's right, that fits the thing. That doesn't look good though. Heg, remember, that must be an ing, mustn't it? Then, which completely breaks any thought I had there. Huge fuss around finale of spectacular. I know what that is. It's a big bother. Big brother. Okay. That's probably going to be a tick then. Idiotic. Fellow almost entirely overwhelmed by daft. Actually, I've said idiomatic, isn't it? I think that's idiomatic, that word. Idiotic. Tick. And man is yeah, idiomatic. Blimey. Something stupid's just gone on there. What's that? 3 clues off, just off basic signal, big brother, idiomatic, and getting the ing there. Remending. In respect of me, fizzling out is. Oh, okay, mending, can't be ending. Oh, it could be, yeah. Me ending, fizzling out is ending, isn't it? Remending. My word, what's going on? It's. I mean, these things. It really shows how much checkers make a difference in these puzzles. It contains stuff from the east, infused with a soy-based sauce. I'm not good on sauces, so that's a real problem for me. Turmeric is too long. Where turmeric come out? What was this? A plane. Oh gosh, I've got an N and an E. Maybe circling popular race venue. I've got an N. Could be in. Oh, this one again. Summit where clubs vote to accept overseas capital. I'm assuming this is going to be a summit, an actual summit, rather than a, it could be some kind of famous meeting, it could be a top of a mountain. I don't think it's, because where clubs vote to accept makes me think climax, that kind of summit. So Lima is the overseas capital. Whew! This is getting scarily good now. That's going to be Aintree. I'm not sure what a tree. Plane's a tree, isn't it? I don't really know that. That one, I'm in trouble. Very in trouble there. But okay, it's all now looking a little bit happier, I think. I have to say, this one's got a got or a get at the end. Official, that must be a flight path or something, mustn't it? Situate in tricky situation. You'd think that's a flight or a light. Most likely a light, I think, or tight, which means that heading for shelter. Shelter would be a lee. Lee war from conflict in city. Heading for shelter. I mean, I don't actually know that that's an O, do I? Really? Plateau. That one I've got no look. Significant time to worry about losing face. I would think that's plateau, with gold being AU obviously beneath, and then the thin sheet of silver. Because I don't know what else is going to go in there really, and I think looking at a lot of these puzzle clues, they're not that hard. I mean, I'm obviously finding them hard, but most of them actually just are quite simple wordplay, just above my level really. In this month, material of mine is available to buy. This month, is it simply in June, in July? Oh, we've got August, Jan, material of mine. This month in January, February, March, April, May, June, July, October, Nov is available to buy in offer in, let's have a look at this one. When Power and Fury, I think it's Ire, isn't it? I think it's Ire, is Fury. Combine, Power will be Shoot for the Stars. So what's Power going to be? Gas. As is when. I did see that earlier and think about it, but I just ignored it. As Spire, okay. In store, this must be. This month, why is that in store? Is available to buy in store. Sorry, I'm doing this in the dark, so I can't see the keyboard very easily. I could just turn on the light, but I kind of being. I quite like seeing and looking at the screen. This month, why is that? This month in store. Material of mine. Yeah, I can't really see. Oh, tin, saw. Yeah, I really can't. I can't see why that would be. I mean, maybe it isn't in store at all. I'd have to go with this being bested, given what I've got now. Finest head journalist. Finest head. It's the best. Outsmarted, bested. I'd have to go with that. I don't think it necessarily is, but I think if I'm honest, I have got loads of time to do this, but I haven't got the willpower to keep going at it. This one, okay. Singing features one new great. Rigatoni. Gosh, rigatoni. G. Yeah, my daughter talks about reggaeton, which I obviously take no interest in. I think it's rigatoni, but I don't know. That'd be a C, wouldn't it? Certain animals, or is it a C? I don't know how you spell that. Ragatoni, ragatone, I think maybe. Yeah. I think it's ragatone. I'm not sure. But that fit. Let's have another look at the anagrams. We've got one great. So we've got one there. We've got great going around G. Well, it's those letters. Certain animals. These primarily horses included in my analysis info. Yeah. I don't know. That is last time. In fact, I'm sure it isn't. This one, oh hang on, what's this? Grand niece? Grand younger relative. Great niece? Doesn't fit. What's an E? Taken in by good prank periodically. Thus. Younger relative. Also. let's have a look at this. Angry and tired, though not at first. Angry, ending in, though not first. Second. Take that out for now. This one. Dish that's covered in, oh gosh, in a tiny amount of salt. Pinch. Pinch. I don't think that really happens, does it? Tiny amount of salt is a... don't know. I don't know if we're trying to do something clever with the salt being an NA. Could be. Could be like an NA there and then something being a tiny bit there to go with T to get to a dish. That's initially, so T, a tiny bit, tiny amounts, sorry, is a, there's a lot of things that can be. Certain animals included in my analysis info. Whoa. I'm assuming that isn't going to be a hidden word, or it's the sound of it. I've got primarily horses, so including my analysis info, so CH, certain animals. Great. Maybe it's not, maybe it's... So, thus. Good prank. Maybe I spelt rigatoni wrong. Rigatone wrong. I think as puzzles go, that probably, you've got the checkers in the right place. If it's as I've written it, the checkers actually only leave the A to go there, and everything else because then it's either raganote or ragatone, and most people can make an intelligent guess that that's the right way around. Not to say I can, but okay. Well, this one. It contains stuff from the east. I think it must be. That must be an I, wasn't it? It contains stuff from the east. Stuff is ram from the east with a tamari. I think they are. So that'd be my guess. It ram a. So ram is to stuff something, and with a. Yeah, so put it with ram going backwards in it and then infuse it with an A, put an A in there. That's my best guess at that one. 37 minutes actually. I feel like I've done quite well. 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 2/3 of the way through. 37 minutes. Only 7 minutes past the amount I really need to have done it in. Dog training ahead of test. The Woodhouse way, it requires careful manipulation. I really want to put carpentry in there. It clearly isn't carpentry. Puppetry. Puppetry, isn't it? Pup is a dog. P is training, and try is test. Fantastic. So what's this? Official caught in tricky situation. On the runway. Caught. I need a C in there somewhere, don't I? I mean, that suggests that is plateau. I'm going to stick it in. What the heck? Sometimes you just got to say, what the heck? I think this is light, flight, plight. Tricky situation is a plight. Official caught in tricky situations. So plight, prevlite. Who's the official we need? on the runway. Push, pash. Official caught in tricky situation. So tricky situation is plight, I think. What official am I after? Captain, Sergeant, Inspector. This one. Significant time to worry about losing face. What is that? Significant time to worry. Worry about is to care. But I need a word ending in A, losing the face, don't I? Unless it's... What's this one? Is it an L? Heading for shelter from conflict in city. Leewards. Hang on. Is that leewards? Heading for shelter. Let's take that out for a minute then. Yeah, leads, isn't it? Lee with war. Okay, leewards. So what's this then? Remodeling? Okay. Redeeming? Remedying. Dying. Remedying. Okay, so yeah. Me. Dying is fizzling out. Okay, yeah, that's good. These two still are a problem. Gosh. I mean, official could just be off. Poff light. I mean, if I was at the championships now, I'd be in trouble because I'd have to alphabet draw, and that would just take forever. Prevlite. What's this? Significant time. Era, I think that is. I think that's an era. So my rev is looking even better. It's a ref, isn't it? Ref flight now, pre-flight. So that must be an era. Significant time. To worry about losing face is to care backwards. I said care. It's care backwards, yeah. Okay, good. So I'm down to my last little corner here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And no real idea. 41 minutes though, that's pleasing. That's good to have got to that. This one I should be able to get to lead more than once. Squanders lead more than once. What have we got? Squanders lead more than once. D-E-N-E. Just wondering if there's anything. The French. I mean, yeah, the only French tennis players I can think of are Henri Leconte and I can't even remember the. There's one of the courts at the French Opens, Suzanne something or other, who I would assume was a good French tennis player, but I can't remember. Golly, this one then. Certain animals, primarily horses, included in my analysis info. Info is Jen. Just can't see these last few. I don't know about ragatone at all. As in, I know it's roughly that word, but I can't. I don't know what the spelling is. Angry and tired. Angry is ire. Oh no, not first. Hang on. And tired, though not at first. Angry is ire. Is it? We've got ire over here for rage, though, haven't we? The French must be le, that or lay. Must be, unless it's a complete. I was saying con. Unless it's complete. Less. Ultimately, squanders lead more than once. I mean, it's either. Well, it has to either be one end of the rail there has to be the clue, doesn't it? So to squander a lead more than once, ultimately S, oh we've got SD, let's just have a quick look, SDENE, oh, if I could type a bit deadly, that doesn't look, I'm just looking at the tail end of the tail letters of squanders lead more than once. I'm not sure if I've even done those properly. Young relative is a great grand, I mean, given there's a G for good, grandson's probably the only one that really fits there. If that was the case, what I've got here, if that was grand something, but obviously raggatone doesn't then fit, but it could be a sons, daughters, nieces, nephews, stepsons, greats and grands. Also thus, taken in by. Also, thus is an SO, I would think. And, oh yeah, also is and. Okay. Grand son, so it must be RN, good prank, RN, oh gee, RN from prank, okay. So what's going on here? Ragaton? I don't know. How's it spelled? Ragation? I think that's more likely that isn't an O there. But I can't remember. Rago. I'm going to have to try and sort this out when I get there. Let's try that as an E then. Let's see, I've got a T. I don't think it's the O there anyway. So I've only got an A. It's going to only be an A, E or T there. And angry in time, though not at first. It could be higher. In which case... What's that? Problems typing again, because I'm in the dark. Squanders lead more than once. Let's... This one, plate dish that's initially covered in a tiny amount of salt. I don't know what a tiny amount of salt is in that sense. Don't know if dish is referring to a type of plate or if it's referring to actual dish of food, which would be, that's surely can only be a T, E, N, tan, ten. There's a few, but it can only be a vowel really, I think. The other possibility is that's a T. Let's go back actually, let's have a look at rag. Ooh. Including my analysis info. Had the E before, didn't I? I've got another G. T the other probable one there. I'm going to put rigatoni, but that's a type of pasta. Reggaeton. I'm sure it's reggae. I've got two E's. Yes, reggaeton. I think it's reggaeton now. I think that's what my daughter goes on about. You can tell I've listened very carefully when she plays some to me because I really wasn't interested in it at all. But that was a couple of years ago, in my defence. So, okay, so that looks like it's not amphibia, is it? I'll put chimera there, but in my analysis info. That's data, isn't it? Oh, what's that then? Data. My data. Analysis info is data. What's my analysis info then? And what's the answer? Leaders? Lead loss? Lead. Squanders lead more than once. That can't be, okay, so that can't be lead, can it? The French, tennis great, lest. So le, and then st for tennis great, ultimately. Squanders lead, lest. Certain animals, primarily horses, included in my, there's my H, my analysis data, my analysis info. It must be data, mustn't it? But this one again, angry and tired, though not at first. Angry is hot, tired is shot. Let's go with that. Lethos. Scholars lead more than once. Don't know. If that was data, then that would be an A. Leashes. Leashes. So I don't think that's L-E. Oh, I know. Leashes. Ashes. Arthur Ashe. And then ultimately squander. Lead more than one. Lead more than once. Leashes. Oh, those kind of leashes. Yeah, dog leashes. I think it has to be hot. Gosh, what's this? How long have I got left? It's 51 minutes. See if I can get this done in under the hour. So it's got 2 clues. And unfortunately one of them's off screen. Dish that's initially covered in a tiny amount of salt. Don't know. There's a D here for data, isn't there? But what is it? I think that has to be beach go, doesn't it? Because there's a B heading for basically each is every and goer is goer. Doll. Certain animals headed included in my data analysis, in my analysis info. So that's data. My. Me. I think this must be oh. My analysis data. My analysis info. Maybe it isn't data, but I would have thought it is. Okay, so look at this clue. Dish that's initially covered in a tiny amount of salt. So, dish that's initially covered in a tiny amount of salt. A tiny amount of salt is pittance. And that has to be an A, an E, a vowel, which makes tiny amount of salt is unknown to me at this point. Let's have a think about this one then. Certain animals are Oops. Oh, blimey. Sure. My analysis, horses included in my. Don't know what that word is. If it's. I don't know if it's a particular thing or not really. Some kind of Latin term or something maybe, but. No, I'm not entirely convinced that's how you spell reggaeton, but I think that's the word. Certain animals, primarily horses, included in my analysis. Certain animals. Shod. So yeah, it must obviously be some kind of category of animal, like you get ruminants and things like that. I kind of think domesticated, amphibia is what's the mammalian. But quite which ones we want here? Okay, animals is an ending in A, isn't it? So animals is a. Or am I looking at the wrong end of this clue? Am I thinking, is it my analysis data and my analysis info, which should be, what would be my analysis info? Cool. Some kind of data. Shop data. Shod. Well, horses are shod. I'll give myself that. Shod. I still don't know me that one though. Shod. So animals, primarily horses. So shod. Included in mine. My. If that was a D, I don't think it's shod, but let's assume it was. What's that give me there? 57 minutes, 3 minutes left I think to have a look, and then I'm going to give up on this. Dish that's initially covered in a tiny, unless I get this one, a tiny amount of salt. Editon. That's probably what I should have done actually. I should probably have just been alphabet drawing this before, shouldn't I? With the letter in there. Let's put a letter in there. I'll take that out from it. So we got Sweaten, Overton. E could be anything, I mean that's just forgettable. What's this? Tiny amount of salt. I really can't get past the idea of a pinch, which is clearly wrong. Dish. You, Dustin. Wouldn't have this time in the championship, as I say. L. Gluten. Glut. Gluen. I'm not against that entirely. Gluten is a dish. Gluten, not really. It's a type of. It's an item of thing, isn't it? Though I don't think gluten is a reasonable answer there. Just wondering if the definition is of salt. I don't think it is, but I won't be surprised if it turns out to be. This is just turning out to be a bit of a waste, really, isn't it? But I haven't really got any other options because I can't. Tiny amount is a bit. But I need that N on the end. Certain animals, primarily horses. I wouldn't be surprised if it's shod. Shod data. I don't know. No idea what that would be then. Adian. Should be something. I mean, most of the clues here, apart from Tamari, have been fairly gettable. I'm at the hour anyway, so I mean, everything actually has been fairly gettable. A couple of bit harder cluing. Oh well, there I am. I'm going to just check, see what I've got. Everything but, oh gosh, HO, reggaeton, and just those two. So that's not bad, is it? Let's have another look and see if I can figure out that. I mean, I've got no idea what that is really. Primarily certain animals. Something data in my analysis information. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that clue is. So let's look at that. Core data. C. Oh my core, like that. Okay, which means that is what's that? Let's have a look at that. A dish that's initially covered. Gratin. Grain. Yeah, grain. They are. Grain of salt. Ah, they are gratin. Well, that wasn't bad actually. So one there I couldn't get. One clue I just was never going to get. I think core data. Okay, well that's pretty good really. Pretty pleased with that. Considering it's the championship crossword. Maybe there's hope for me in about a decade that I could go for one of these. So I'm not going to go through the puzzle, but because I think I did that as I went through there. As I say, the only one there really is certain animals must mean core data. Primarily horses. Put an H into my equals core, as in so that lot, isn't it? Oh my, oh core, blimey, core, my, and then data is analysis info. So, and gratin is a grain with a T in it. I don't really know what gratin is, but I should have got a grain of salt, shouldn't I really? Tiny amount of salt, grain. If I'd got that, would have got core. I mean, I'd been left with CHORCH. I'd have just got the C and O to put in there. I don't think I'd have ever seen that my, even though it's something I should know. There we go. Anyway, so yeah, that was fun to have a go at and almost do. Thanks for watching.